Epic scale games are back with a bang. I'm Tom, this is The Bunker, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Legions Imperialis 2-player starter set. This is a chunky box, and it's a heavy box. Most of that weight is the book, notably. But yeah, it's nicely packaged, and it's what I expect from Warhammer. When we pop the lid, it fought back. We pop the lid open and you get that instant sort of, I don't know, that gratification of just seeing that. It's a stacked box, but in a different way to a normal box, if that makes sense. So the models are obviously smaller. Little whippy sticks, super dangerous. Don't know how they still get away with putting them in. The beloved templates, finally. I need a template in a game. It just makes sense to me that an explosion covers an area. And then a lot of sprues. The box contains enough to get started with Solar Auxilia and also Legion Astartes, which is Space Marines for those that don't know. And in the rulebook you can pick lots of different legions and they all have little sort of traits and such like. That is a chunky amount of plastic. I like the fact that Games Workshop put that in just to protect the book. Obviously it's an advertisement choice for them. But it protects the book from the sprues, which is what we need, isn't it? Little fillers at the bottom, and there's the mammoth rulebook. Now this thing is huge. It's a chunky book. It really is. It's I'm not going to go into the full page count. I will do a video about how to actually build an army, because what I'm going to do first is build 1500 point armies before actually building any of the miniatures. There's an envelope. It's not a golden ticket, unfortunately, but in here is the tokens and the quick reference sheet. So they've started to sort of like make those separately, envelope them up, I suppose, for protection, and it also is probably due to the print run and things like that. So, but yeah, cardstock's not great, I'm not going to lie. I'll have to do something with those tokens, or perhaps I'm going to 3D print some others out. So they're not the best tokens in the world. There is better cardstock in other games, but they're nice. They're nicely printed, and a reference sheet is golden, isn't it? Let's be honest. I need a reference sheet, my word. Transfers. Really diddy tiny transfers. Be fun putting those on, but we'll try when we come to painting them. And then you've got the booklet. Now this is what Games Workshop do really well. There's a booklet, how to stick it together, step by step. It's easy to follow. Other companies take note of this. All of the bases are really thin. They're a small scale. So, for example, when I can finally pick up the Titan bases, they're only a couple of mil. You've got to think that the blokes are really small, so like a normal lipped base would be ridiculous. They'd be sort of like flying. But talking about the miniatures, when we're sorting them out, there's actually quite a lot of models here. Now, I'm not going to say there's 200 and something miniatures, because they go 5 to a base. I mean, come on, you know, we're not daft, GW, we're really not. But they are nice models, I'm not going to lie. And as we get up to the close-ups, you'll see what I mean. There are 2 Warhammer Titans in the box, and they are the same ones that came with the Titanicus game. There's a new weapon sprue from what I can tell. I never played Titanicus. I looked at it and thought, wow, this looks sick, but I'm a lot happier now, those little blokes. So they have different weapons. I think there's like a harpoon on there and various different sort of kit out for them to match the Imperialis games, which is fine. But you can use your previous miniatures as far as I understand. But the Titans are lovely kits. I can't wait to build them. I can't wait to sort of like try something on the carapace with them and things like that. These Space Marine sprues are lovely. The tanks are absolutely gorgeous little kits. They're multi-part plastic. They even have the details down to the rivets that match up with the rhinos for 30k. So I don't know if they've scaled down the 3D models and broken them down a different way to put into this game, but they are pretty much identical. So you could set a rhino next to a rhino in 2 different scales and it would look the same down to the rivets as far as I can see. So they've not cut corners on taking anything off, which is kudos to them. Sicarans are the same. You can see the individual tracks on there, down the sides. The miniatures are crisp. They're really nice. Games Workshop make some of arguably the best miniatures in the world, bar none, and they really have done well on these tanks. The infantry is where people have had comment, but honestly, when I look at them, I think for this scale, I think they're perfectly fine. You can see the individual pads, you can see the individual sort of bolters, they've got all the detail on them, the flags, the banners are there with detail. They're nice models. You know, I think there is an aspect that some people just like to whinge and moan about Games Workshop. If that's what you like to do, that's fine, but I don't. I just like to appreciate a nice game and a nice miniature. They're nice. They are nice models. And for the scale, I think they've done really well. The Solar Auxilia are the next army in the box, and you get a couple of Malcador tanks, which I've never seen a Malcador tank up close before in like 28mm scale, but these look nice. Lots of options on there, and you also get the Leman Russ. Now, I love Leman Russ. I cannot wait to put a tank army down in this game. Maximum Leman Russ. I think this looks sick. I like the fact that you get a sprue's worth. I like the fact that they're all on a sprue, and it means that you can probably buy a box of Leman Russ at some point. And their infantry is nice. I don't think they're as nice as the Marines, I'm not going to lie. They're a bit less sort of crisp defined detail, but they are smaller. So Marines are obviously bigger, aren't they, with their pads and things like that. The Ogrins are beautiful, as are the new Sentinels. Really nice kits, really nice looking miniatures, and I'm excited to build them up and just see what I can do with the paintbrush on this scale. Now, the rulebook is a chonk, it really is, and it's exactly what you would expect from Games Workshop. It's beautiful, okay? The background, the lore, the imagery, the artistry, the layout, it's all lovely. It's done really well from first glance. I'm going to have a good read of the rules, so I can't really comment on how the game plays yet. But this is a nice book, and it's nice to just have in your hand and to turn the pages. It's made well and it's printed well. It's just everything you would expect. Yeah, it's not cheap, I'm not going to lie. Of course it's not cheap, it's Games Workshop, but it's beautiful. And I think that they may be onto something with this. I'm sure there'll be further books. In fact, I think at time of recording there's already another book out for this. And I'm sure there will be. And hey, you know what? That means the game's supported, and that's great. I'm excited to get into it, to get stuck into it, to build a massive army and to really sort of play some games. I love the idea of having like god engines and stuff like that, Titans. I just love it. And then there's some really nice sort of cool photos of staff members' armies, how you can build upon your army, and what a completed army actually looks like, which is nice. So yeah, more to come for this, I think. And there we go, that's Legion Imperialis. We're excited to get stuck into this and play some games. If you've enjoyed this, do subscribe, because it does mean a lot to us. Do like the video, but tell us what you think of Legion Imperialis. There is more to come. We hope you enjoyed that video. We love making content for you and really thank you for your support. If you want to learn more about the bunker, head over to tomstabletopbunker.com, where you can not only purchase some lovely new models if you're within the UK, you can also find our links to Discord and also our Patreon if you should wish to contribute. Thank you to all of our patrons, past, present and future, for the support they offer the bunker. It is truly epic and is lining up 2024 to be a fantastic year. Thank you. 食われる可能性